The rare two-call segment. We go this time to Mike. You know, I'm glad that Mike called. Mike is next up because somehow I forgot who won the NL pennant last season.
Romy.
Mike.
The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants win the pennant.
I had forgotten. He was a CCA winner. Now he's looking to win the whole thing, looking to win the smack off. Could this be the guy to rise up and rip it? Let's go to Mike in San Diego. Mike. What's up, Mike?
Wow, smack off number 17. I bet you feel like Methuselah Havan Smack. I know the feeling. I started listening to The Jungle when the 20-something clones and Marv Albert were still in diapers. Hey, Canadian star linebacker, if you have to win the hack off just to get into the smack off, it's just not worth it. Romy, you had a lot of epic interviews this year, but Brian Wilson's interview really piqued my interest. Remember when Brian claimed that blood tastes just like dirty pennies? Hey, Wilson, I don't think you were being an honest Abe when you said that, but hey, I see you working. Romy, can you imagine all the clueless clones who heard that interview and later taste-tested Wilson's theory by licking a few filthy Lincolns, only to have to call in sick the next day with a severe case of dysentery? Thank God, Jimmy, most of the clones are penniless, or else we would have had a major epidemic in the jungle. Of course, anyone who listens to The Jungle knows what blood tastes like. It tastes just like Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, with all the nicks and cuts of a ball. Yo, Breaking Bad and Corona. Major props for putting that lame Vic and NoCal on blast, for always including historical movie and pop culture references in his phone calls. How weak is that anyway? Let's see. There was the plagiarized George W. Bush invasion for oil take, the movies Nerds and Predator, SNL's Coffee Talk and 60 Minutes Andy Rooney, the World Series of Poker, Mad vs. Wild, and God knows what else. No, wait. Hang on a second. Those were your takes, Brad. I take it all back, Vic. Brad is now Chrissy in Corona. Hypocrisy. Hey, Brad Pot, meet Vic and No Kettle. Yo, Twitter clones, it's Follow Friday. I highly recommend Fabian Oski 420. Fabian's my tweet that goes, Neep. By the way, Fabes, nice touch with the puppy, you old softy, you. I got to admit, though, Twitter kind of sucks for Fabian. 140 characters? Psst, please. Twitter's exactly like you, Jim. It just doesn't give Fabian enough room. Okay? If you're a huge sports fan, you gotta love Twitter. I'm no longer a spectator, Jim. I'm a spec Twitter. Now whenever I watch sports, I always have my Twitter on so I can get that instantaneous in-depth analysis on my timeline. And of course, who could live without Greg and Vegas's hashtag JoeBuckSucks updates every 5 minutes? Twitter's an awesome social networking tool, but in the hands of a tool like King James, Twitter's an effective digging tool. Hey, LeBron, back away from the keyboard, bro, and stay in the bathroom. That hole you've dug yourself into on Twitter is getting so deep that soon Yao Ming will be able to use it as a shortcut to his crib in Shanghai. Moving on, hey, Isreal in L.A., I'm really humbled, dude. I hear that fat tattoo of my face on your neck looks pretty cool. But, bro, the tramp stamp you got with my name in giant letters is kind of over the top, don't you think? Romy, is it just me, or does Isreal slur all of his words during his endless psychotic diatribes? I swear, at any moment I expect him to blurt out, "Ooh, biggie, and how? Have you heard of the Little Rascals, Romy? Listen up, Isreal. You totally punked me out of a Valentine this year. So at the very least, I expect a gift card on Father's Day because I'm your daddy in bulk. Yo. Romy, I'd be remiss if I didn't shred that socialist communist, the social conscience of the jungle, Trapper in Del Norte County. First of all, Trapper, this is the jungle, not the Rachel Maddow show. We love sports. We don't hate America. If you want to proselytize your radical Marxist philosophy, just invite us to one of your Code Pink rallies. Secondly, dude, that hideous hair. What up with that? Are you going for the Donald Trump or the Gene Katie look? Who cut your hair anyway? Stevie Wonder and Anne Frank? I bet you told them to use a number 2 because your lettuce looks like crap. And what the heck is that mangy dead animal on your face? Is that a lame attempt at a goatee? Because if it is, it ain't working, bro. That thing has more patches than an Eagle Scout. Hey, Trap, better call animal control and have them remove that thing before it stinks up another courtroom. Lastly, Romy, I have to get something off my chest. Jim, I love you to death. You're a real stand-up guy, someone I look up to as a role model. But, dude, there's one thing about you that really disturbs me. Jim, for the love of God, would you please give that guy back his son? War the losers at stucknut.com. War global warming. And war the sun also rises, rounding third and crushing the grapes of wrath. 30 pieces of silver kush, heads like us, Romy, late.
Mike, atta boy, Mike. Honestly, I had no idea Mike had that in him. This time we go to, well, a guy who's just mentioned. Let's give him a chance to come right back. Isreal in Los Angeles. Isreal, good luck, bro. What's up?
Pissed off. So this is how we're going to start it off. All right. I'm going to dedicate this victory to the memory of my brother-in-law, Jeff. And seeing as how I'm about to be crowned, by the way, J. Stu, 7 3/8. That's the size I'm going to need for the crown to fit on my big old dome piece, you feel me? But no, it ain't grown like Barry Bonds. I just was born like that. I've heard a couple of things, Rome, on the show that's kind of got me upset. You know, clones was telling each other, like Brad was telling Vic, why don't you kill yourself? First off, clone suicide is nothing to joke about. Second, I'm hearing clones calling each other drug addicts and meth addicts. Yo, I've been that before. And you know what? That's bad form. That's bad karma. Shut your mouth. As future king, if I hear you referencing either one of those things, I will run you into the ground. Can I get my sound effects or something? Now let me move on to Brad and Vic. You two are identical twins fighting over which one's the ugliest. You're the jungle's version of Esau and Jacob. And Vic, much like Esau, I can see you selling your birthright for a mere morsel of food. And you know what, Brad? Here's the thing, Jacob, he wrestled with angels, and later his name was transformed to Isreal. And by the way, Brad, you're Brad. I'm Isreal. So sorry, the birthright, the inheritance, it's mine. You know what you are, Brad? You're like a dude that's been locked up in prison for years, and he comes out, and he's all swolled up, right? He's all deezed up. He got muscles. His muscles have muscles. But he's been in prison. He's got nothing else better to do than work out. And you know what, Brad? You're in prison, too. You're in a prison called Corona. You're in a prison called the 909. I expect you to have smack, because that's all there is to do. You can't tell me there's good jobs in Corona. I've been to Corona, dog. And you know what? I'm Israel from L.A. I chose the better place to live. And if I wanted to hear some whack impersonations, you know what I would do? I would go on one of my patented 21-day fast, lay my petitions before the Lord Almighty, and pray, God, let Rome take all 6 weeks of his vacation time at once, and let Jay Moore host if I wanted to hear some whack impersonations. You understand? And by the way, Jay Moore, Vic, you're so fat you could put your hands in your pockets naked? Come on, man. You're trying to tell me, Vic, you're so fat you jumped in the air and got stuck, didn't want none of that? Vic, you're so fat you sat on $1.04 came out, didn't want none of that? You're so fat your shoes have a weight limit, didn't want none of that? Check this out, bro. When I win, Jay, you can have my trip to Vegas free because I know you're not going to headline over there. And you can use that $500, go into a novelty shop, and buy yourself some new jokes, man. Jerry Maguire was supposed to be your catapult, not your pinnacle. You understand? Now we're going to move on to my man, Ray Ray. Check this out, bro. You got smack, all right? You got good smack. You got good swag. But the fact of the matter is, you're a better hack than you are smack. I like you when you're on your iPhone by Verizon and you're out there texting foreign dignitaries on your BlackBerry, figuring out when you're going to hop on your G4 and fly to this place and that place. You're a better train wreck than you are a Lamborghini. You understand what I'm saying? And here we go. Mike won the CCA. Yeah, a little less tetrahydrocannabinol. You understand? You will not win the smack off today. Let me tell you something, Mike. When Romo says, I will kill you, he's saying that figuratively, metaphorically, or he'll hit you so hard you'll think you were dead. But when I say, I will kill you, I mean that. I put that on my 0311 United States Marine Corps infantry training. You understand? Let me introduce you to something we call a 5.56 millimeter round. You understand? There's 30 in the mag, and every 3 is a tracer round. So in case it's pitch black, I still got you. I'm still going to murk you. And by the way, Rome, I really did fight for this country, and that's what I fought for, so I could come back, drive down the street, and see some hot-looking chick and with some long curly hair and turn around, and it's some hippie dude in some skinny jeans. That's a trip with you. But you know what? I did go to war for that so that we can have the freedom to be whatever we wanted to be, even if you choose to be a loser like Mike. Silk. I know that you have some qualms with the MMA, but guess what? This just in from the UFC, there's already a Huntington Beach bad boy, and he bangs porn stars for free, and it ain't you, bruh. And Greg from Sun Valley, you're from Sun Valley. Move to Sherman Oaks, then we'll talk. My man Dave from St. Louis, I'm going to give you 2 numbers. 8 and 10. That means 8 out of 10 times that Rome looks at the call screen and he sees Isreal and Dave, he's going to go to Isreal. You know why? Because 8 out of 10 times, I'm going to get whacked. I'm going to get the huge call of the day. I'm going to come with something new, something innovative, and you're not. So stick to your emails. And by the way, Dave, in July, you know where I'm going to be? I'm going to be in St. Louis on West Florissant. If you got the testicular fortitude to come to that neighborhood, you can catch me at a big old tent at a church revival, and after I'm done putting hands on you, I'll lay some hands on you, and I'll leave you speaking in tongues when I'm done, son. Your next call is going to sound something like, that's original. You know how I do, Rome. I'm a Bible thumper. Me and Tim Tebow, you know what we do? We tap dance on top of water like it's nothing. You know what's surrounding me right now, Rome? A gang of celebratory jugs filled with the finest.
Israel, let me jump in. You're not run. I just got to jump in because I got to get out. That was incredible.